Hoot hoot, how are all of you? I'm very excited today to show off a demo of a game I've been waiting for a while that takes place in the same world as Brain. Just completely blanking on me. Wow. Thank you so much, Brain. Let me just wait. Why are we not capturing? Hello? Oh man, you guys didn't get the little quote. The same as, hold on. Okay, Sunless Sea, Cultist Simulator, and I wanted to start with that one. Book of Hours, that's the one. New game, new demo. I don't, unfortunately, I do believe that it might not be suitable as a stream game because there is a lot of text. And honestly, matching with Book of Hours, and in that game you're a librarian and all the books have, like, also just, oh hey, look, you have the little glowing, if you can see the square. Maybe I should let the developers know about that one. Also, the development team is quite small from what I know. Like, it's 2 people? Maybe they've gotten a new person out there, but it might just be 2 people. Read as a nap time, sir. It is, also, if you're not familiar with this world, prepare to be very, very confused for most of the time. I'm not going to be able to explain to you entirely what is going on because, goodness, even I don't know. I just know I really enjoy this world. Okay. Who are you, Hello Man? Antibes? Albus Maritimes, November 1948. At least as far as anyone can tell anymore. 12 years ago, in Krakow, the worms hollowed me out. For the next 3 years, they steered me all around Europe, until at last, I got away to a place where there was a kind of help. The worms are gone now, but I've only begun to fill up the space they left. I was back with the Bureau again when the worms took me, but I still think of myself, above all, as an exorcist, a writer, a conjurer, or a physician. And it also tells you the story, like, of Spencer in, like, order. So we're going to read all this too, to give you guys some context as far as that is possible. Oh, you'll see. You'll see. What I saw as an exorcist assistant and then the priest of an unusual parish led me to question my fate. I left the church shortly afterwards. And these highlighted things have extra text explaining them, but then in that text there can be also more text, and you can go on for quite a while. Church. The Church of the Unconquerable Sun acknowledges 4 Horae, Canonicae, but its outer rites and doctrines present a humanized, comfortable version of each. The earliest church councils resolved that the inner mysteries of the hours are much too dangerous to be approached directly. They're right, of course, most of all about the mysteries of one particular hour. It's gonna show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Sun. The mansion of heaven, worshipped single and severally as its constituent hours. Since the war which raged amongst its elements, it is visibly troubled, every day, by signs, by shadows, by a curling tint of blood. The hours. The secret gods who live behind the world, perilous, sublime, merciless in suppressing competition. Some rose through the ranks of known and long and names. Some came by their estate in a different way entirely. Before the wars, the hours made sense of history. Their debates and compromise braided all the possible paths into a coherent future. Now most hours are uncounted, and history is increasingly open to ontological incoherence and hierophantic sabotage. Okay, kind of love it. If you are liking this, play the games. Cultist Simulator is pretty tough. It's sort of like a card-based rogue-like game. It is confusing, but it is a decent that in combination with Book of Hours is going to give you a pretty good feel for the world. Sunless Sea, I also played. It is also rough. Book of Hours is much nicer to you. Book of Hours is the nicest one in these games. And then there was another one in this set in this world. But it's so good. And also, if you play all the games, you'll start seeing things repeat. You'll see like, because even though the histories are not always consistent. It's a Sunless, guys. Yeah, I never played it, but love the idea. Yeah. Some very strange things are going on. You will start seeing names repeated. You'll start to see the patterns. You'll start to piece together who met whom and what happened in general. Like, you'll see the reoccurring characters, and it's very interesting. We're not going to go into the... Okay, I guess we can go into the long. Long. Hours don't dream. Long try not to. Mortals who gained immortality through their devotion to a principle in service to an hour are called long. Most were formerly counted among the no, possibly some were never mortal. Few remain. Those with dead or uncounted patron hours are now remortals. So, you have no, which are very self-explanatory, people in the know, though not quite in the way you guys might assume. No. Mortals who've answered this dream riddle and entered the manus through the stag door. This is something you do in Cultist Simulator, if you get far enough. Remortal is fun. It is a fun word. And returns, otherwise they'll probably don't count as mortal anymore. Initiation into the ranks of known once allowed initiates to learn secrets that the hours kept from most mortals. Since the wars, these secrets are often dropped carelessly in the world, like coins in roadside mud. And names. When the sun in splendor was divided, its names fractured too. The names of the hours are their major servants, or aspects, or emanations. Some, perhaps all, names were previously long. Mana spirits often like to tell gullible mortals their names. Who's going to quibble? Manus, the house without walls, the house behind the world, which has always been the dwelling place of most of the hours, and the names, many in human spirits and some among the dead, accessible in dreams to sufficiently knowledgeable mortals and to very unlucky ones. It is not as it was. When I think of the Manus, I first think of that's something that'll be in game. Yeah, there's a lot of text. Let's see. Exorcist. From 1919 to 1921, Spencer was a priest of the Church of Solar. Ordination marks the Fost, the luminous element of the soul, permanently. So he can still technically perform the sacraments, though he might be breaking the church law. Writer. What else can an educated man with no useful skills do for a living? Investigative journalism, book reviews, pseudonymous fiction, plays no one would perform. As a writer, I made a lot of the wrong kind of friends. Good times. From 1921 to 25, Spencer worked as a journalist and a private inquiry agent. Conjurer. I was always good with my hands, and I took that talent to the stage to pay the bills. Eventually, my illusions were sufficiently convincing to draw the attention of the Suppression Bureau. In Europe since the war, a knack for appearance and disappearance is more useful than ever. Since 1924, Spencer has intermittently been known to perform as Father Brass. The Suppression Bureau is also something to be noted. Oh, I've never come across the word pseudo... anonymous. This game will make you come across a lot of words where you're unsure if they made it up on the spot or if it's... like, if it's a word that existed or if it's a word that they made exist. The Suppression Bureau, an organization founded in service to the duties. The Bureau recruited me when I lived in London, and again after I left the Legion. Both times, it ended badly for both sides. Guess we'll check out what the duties is for you guys. Duties. The mortal and immortal institutions like the Bureau that from time immemorial kept hidden the world from intruding into every day. All seems a bit pointless now, really. Physician. I never completed my medical degree, though I learned enough to set a bone and treat a fever. I was distracted by medicine's occult hinterlands. In 1927, Spencer was sponsored by the Suppression Bureau to study medicine. When that arrangement fell apart in 1930, he signed up for 5 years as a medical officer in Legion du Soil? It's a word, it's just in a tense I never considered. It's really interesting. Legion du Soil? My apologies for not pronouncing this correctly. The Threshold Legion, found in service of the duties, to guard the edges of things. Almost anyone, or anything, is accepted as a recruit, as long as they're prepared to endure the training and abandon their old lives. After 3 years of service, recruits who survive may apply A, for citizenship of a sponsoring nation, and B, if necessary, to be considered formally human. The Legion's motto is Honor et Humanité. That is definitely French and I'm not pronouncing it right. Its unofficial motto, more often cited by legionnaires, is Sue au sein, sweat or bleed. Let's be a physician. Let's go with compassion as one of our passions. And let's choose... So we have heart and rose in our compassion. Let's have some dignity. Let's learn some of this. Bush might also be good. Same with this one. But I want some of these guys too. Bright arts. Arts unconsidered. I'm not going to read everything right now because we'll also read them in-game. The study of things that should not be studied. Worms, earthquakes, subreal interventions. Okay, things that we have either rose or heart in, we might not need as much for, because we'll be able to help ourselves boost that with the aspect pool. Although we'll be locked out of certain options if we don't have enough skill in something. I also would like something to be pretty high up. Let's not have as much. I would like... Ooh, which one would I... Maybe I'll bring one... Try bring one up to 7. Traveling at night is neither faster nor safer. That's why we do it. Christopher Ilopoli. Just straight RPG. It is an RPG, this one. I would say... Cultist Simulator is kinda... Not really deck buildery. It's vaguely... has a deck. It wouldn't really be a deck builder. I'm not sure how to classify that one. Book of Hours is... I mean, you are developing your own skills so you can do more things, but you're not moving around the world. You're like stuck in the library. It's more resource management, I'd say, than anything. This seems to be an RPG. So this... but using like a lot of the mechanics, like, and a lot of this is familiar to me. Like, I'm like, oh yes, of course, Birdsong, Bosk, Itashri. Yes, I know all of these things. I have learned these skills before. I know all of these aspects. I know what they mean. But it is really hard because I can't think of any games that are similar. They are very unique feeling games. To me, at least. Okay, what do we maybe... Hmm. Okay, we'll do a little less bush. I think I want to try get each -3 all the way to 7. And then... I want to get you to 5. I'll get a little bit in preservation. No, actually... Yeah, I'll do that. Cassandra's woe, a heart condition I picked up... A heart condition. I picked it up at the stag door while I was away. My heart trembles with half-guessed desires, but it keeps me warm at night. So I get some extra aspects, which is what we can use. Well, the game will explain it in a bit. Oh, I forgot to read that, man. Well, you'll see. You'll see. Here we are. We're chilly. To move, click on the ground. If you move immediately, it'll acknowledge that too. It's very fun. It's so pretty. It is. So this is our stuff. Oh, look. Linen and chromic catgut, silk and silkworm cut, instruments of ivory, silver, and steel. And then... cradle weft. A web of subtle work to encourage peace, healing, and a slow knitting together of possibilities. Okay, this will be used up if we have it in our active item slot, so let's not do that yet. Father's Day, respectable, dignity, and preservation. Okay, so because I played this game... yeah, that's how active items work. Because I played this game before... What the fresh hell is this? If the toast alerts start to pile up, you can right-click to dismiss all alerts immediately. I know that... So apparently if you choose a different background, you get different clothing. Traveling. The map. The map becomes relevant once Spencer is ready to leave Antibes. Antibes? Travel from a station to any adjoining city, if you have the relevant travel documents. Be careful. Repeatedly traversing the same route will inflict traces. Trace. Betraying clue. This is something that isn't relevant in Book of Hours, but was very relevant in Cultist Simulator. As traces accumulate, as my name gets around, I'm more likely to be recognized. Sometimes this might be good. I won't count on it being good. Spencer can gain traces from truthfully sharing personal information, interacting with the authorities, or simply staying in one place too long. Sleeping in the same place for one night is safe. Every night after that adds a trace. Traveling to a new city removes traces, as long as you don't keep traveling the same route. And then we have more traveling. Oh, and now we have, see the 4 choices? We get to learn things from reading these. So which I really, really like. But surely it would have been a pity not to have seen the trees along this road, really exaggerated in their beauty, never to have studied history in the weak calligraphy of Songbird's cages. Elizabeth Bishop, questions of travel. Visit a travel zone at a station to move to a neighboring city things to bear in mind. Traveling is a good way to shed traces. Traces remain on the route you used, but fade as you travel further. To cross national frontiers, you'll need travel documents. Acquiring them is an important part of progressing the story. A few inaccessible seeming destinations can be reached by other means. There. Traveling's hard, but what if I'd never gone away? Here. Traveling's hard. If I'd had somewhere to call home. Here. Let's go here. And I gained 1 heart experience. Eric, I'm getting... Join me in the sunless sea world. Learn about the sun in rags and the Makrudat. Just be careful about the worms. Don't trust the worms. Never trust the worms. Heart's Desire. I came to Antibes for a reason. I can't leave yet. I came to Antibes for a reason. I won't leave yet. I can't leave yet. Can't leave yet. It's not time to leave. Hello, car. They also serve. The headlights burn. The engine rumbles. Glance through the darkened windows. The driver turns his head, eyes steady under the gamma badge cap of the state milice, and meets my gaze for a moment. It's rarely wise to attract the attention of the milice. It's not, then. Oh, look. There's funny symbols. No refunds for the horizon. Horizon, the poster reads, and below in words from several languages. Sun, sea, night, line, morning. Not ready for crafting? There's something more here. No, tell me about the crafting. This is a crafting venue. Crafting is one of the more complicated parts of the game. You might want to come back once you've played more of the tutorial and gathered some memories and influences, but it's up to you. I am perilous knowledge. Show me. Now. Craft. Nicodromy, Mashistry, Birdsong. Once I'd have gone to a crossroads to call them up, but this is just as good. Crafting, venues. Spence was never really an adept, and the worms took much of his ability from him. But he can prepare tools to achieve a variety of supernatural effects in dialogue. As his unworldly skills increase, he'll be able to create more powerful tools. You need to be at a crafting venue to make anything. You're at one now, but you can look through Spencer's recipes whenever you like. I got a dip to make a call, but props me back. Oh no, you're gonna miss the worms! I came back and had the tab not showing, so I was very confused about the new Power World lore for a moment. No, we're in a different game. Is this the Lots of Reading game? This is the Lots of Reading game. The worms. Don't think about worms. Don't think about worms. Don't. I'm free now. Don't. I'm free now. Don't. It's finished. Think. Was it all bad? So bad? Always? Skills. One has no talent. I have no talent. It's just a question of being willing to put in the time. Graham Greene. We know this person. At least, if you've played Book of Hours, you do. Every skill is linked to 3 aspects. This tells you something about the skill and the world. It also allows you to use matching points from your aspect pool to get a better outcome when use of a skill goes badly. Passing a skill check will give you matching experiences. Failing a skill check gives you more experience, but also a matching trouble. You can improve skills with those experiences. A virtuous circle, though not a perfect one. Aspect pool. Through your signs and passions, you express the fundamental principles underlying all things, which in practical terms means you can spend pips from your pool to force a success on a skill test that you fail. You can only do this with skills that match the aspect points you're using. If your aspect points pool is depleted, then acting with the grain of a sign or passion will refresh one or more matching pip. Necessity. Easier to go forward when we burn something behind us. Confidence. There's always more pips where those pips came from. Versatility. There's always a way forward. If I run out of pips, I'll find something else. Go with confidence. Sign. A sign is Okay, hold on. Crafting. A clever practitioner might craft a midnight mark with Nyctodromy. A subtle one might use Hushery, a ruthless one Colsoapy. For those different approaches, you'll work in different places. Nyctodromy can be used at a wound or threshold, but not at a shadowed place. Hushery can be used at a shadowed place or a quiet place, but not at a wound, and so on. This is why you find the most sinister adepts in graveyards, and the least fun ones in churches. Failing gives more XP, I like that. Yes! It also gives troubles, but, you know. Go here. Passions. Driving qualities that help you decide your goals. You start with 1. You can develop another 2. Increase your passion with experiences. and they'll add more pips to your aspect pool. Whenever you act with a passion, it'll refresh a pip of every relevant aspect in your pool. To put it simply, increasing your passions and acting with them helps you pass checks on skills which match the passion. But people change. That's called character development, trauma, disillusionment, experience. So if your actions recently have drifted another way, you can spend your experience to evolve one passion into another when you level it up. Experience can be used to improve existing skills, or learn new ones. You'll need experience that match at least one aspect of the relevant skill. Cold. An early lesson still haunts me. Harsh. An early lesson still pains me. Sweet. An early lesson still delights me. I like that they give you rewards for reading. It's like, yeah, you get XP just from exploring all the things that you need to catch up on. I really, really like they did that. Aspect. A nature that something might possess. Some aspects are grand occult principles, like forge or lantern. Others are more practical qualities. An outfit might be warm or formal. And others touch both worlds. Esoteric tools have aspects like quell or entwine, which unlock new choices. The wise know. The pragmatic achieve. The versatile face two ways. Let's go with the versatile. Midnight Mark. The proper use of this somber sign silences restless spirits. Improper use can trouble the sleep and health of the living human spirits. Let's go back. Principle. The most fundamental elements of reality, or the various natures of the hours, or words stumbled in eternity's echoes, or abstruse occult categories obsessively argued over by obsessives. Eternity. O sages standing in God's holy fire, as in the gold mosaic of a wall, come from the holy fire burn in a gyre, and be the singing masters of my soul. Yeats. I don't know some of those words. How do you feel about hierarchy? About consistency? About splendor? Think about perfection. All the hours touch eternity, but no hour has embraced it, because in eternity, all histories are flattened to a single truth forever. Words are hard. Just make it up as I go. Shape. Can gleam master eternity? Enjoy. Can corona bring us eternity? That's a god in this case. It's kind of... That must have been a funny name for them to choose, because I'm pretty sure this was in development during the thing, but it also means crown, so... Struggle. Moth is drawn to the light, but looks to the cross. Children of difference for history. Spire. One day, everything will be glory. So these are names of new gods. The Gleam and Corona are, I believe, because these are new, separations of what used to be the light? Lantern? Or glory? The moths is not new to me, but let's go enjoy. Let's lean towards Grail. Because nothing bad ever happens if you lean towards Grail. All histories. History. To the conception of the imperishable, the immortal, we oppose. In art that of becoming, the perishable, the transitory, and the ephemeral. Marinetti. Eternity was always, and clearly, the real deal. History was a jumble of shadows cast by the glory. A necessary confusion to be reconciled into one ultimate truth. Anyone who argued otherwise, like Cosley, was mocked as an anarchist or worm. That shifted since the wars. Traditionally, there were 5 great histories, all true, and 1,000 demi-real branches. How were they reconciled? I wanted to... Hoe moet ik dit nu aanpakken? Huh? Alsof ik dit kan vertalen. Alsof ik dit kan vertalen. Dit is al moeilijk genoeg om te lezen in het Engels. En nu willen jullie dat ik het in het Nederlands doe? Oké, prima, best. Ink. De uren hebben altijd besloten welke geschiedenissen bleven. Maar de bibliothecaresse van de Waakmansboom was bekend om determinaties te maken in hun grote inks. Great inks. How the fuck... Do you know how difficult this is to translate on the fly? There's a reason people have a job. The hours always determined what histories persisted, but the librarians of the Watchman's Tree were known to make their determinations in their great inks. Perhaps they don't. Not anymore. We made Luna say, wait, I didn't... Did I? Nick, you... Yeah. Wars. The hours used to war over which history was real and braid them together into a future. Perhaps it's not up to them anymore. Freedom? History used to be opposite of eternity. Perhaps it's not anymore. I mean, I guess we're going kind of key, so let's go down. Let's go knock. Glory. Above the mansus, inaccessible, incomprehensible, and almost imperceptible to even the most refined thought or flesh, a searing brilliance persists. Some church theologians have suggested that it's an inflection manifestation through which Sarai proceeds. Others have disagreed, sometimes to the point of ignition. Serieus? Okay. De mansus. Het huis zonder muren. Het huis achter de wereld. Dat altijd de plek is geweest waar de meeste van de uren en de namen en de vele niet-menselijke spirits en sommige doden hebben bestaan. Toegankelijk in dromen bij sufficiently, what is mortals even? Sufficiently knowledgeable mortals and the very unlucky ones. It is not as it was. Forgot I can't post clips. Yeah, mortals. Why the hell does Twitch auto-translate for me? Twitch is auto-translating? Mortals. Damn. It said no Dutch. Yeah, I still don't know how to make it so you can post clips. I'll post a clip for you. When I think of the Manus, I first think of above. The wonderful radiance we call glory. Below. The fascinating horror we call nowhere. Beyond. The lovely chaos we call the wood. Let's go below. Let's get some winter. Sarai. Sarah. Imagine a ray that descends from an infinitely distant source of pure light. Imagine it passes through a series of prisms, each of which refracts into sub-rays and child hues, but that the ray continues with its essential quality unchanged, until it ends as the thought you're having right now. Except, it's not light, they're not prisms or colors, and the idea that the ray has a direction is complicated. Coasley, a name that we know. At least, if you've played the other games. Julian Coasley. Perhaps the most notorious Winterlong ever to trouble the Bureau. Winterlong cannot die before, or after, their appointed time, but Coasley was vanquished by a rising competitor, and since that time has been seen only in the strangest seasons. Numa. Just Numa things. Stervelingen, mortals. There we go. Oh, of course. But Stervelingen... Yeah, I guess that does mean mortals. It's just Numa. Yeah, the season called Numa. It is an old season. Anarchist. For centuries, he strove to bring down the established order of the world, of the hours. Protégé. He was close to Nina Lagasse. She was even rumored to have tutored him, though they were never allies. Obliviate. Ghostly valued freedom above anything, even life. Second edition. Towards the end, he sent to have changed his views to something less nihilistic, though no less abstruse. We'll go with heart. I guess we'll learn about the long in this thing. We've already read this, but now we get to make choices. I briefly aspired to join the ranks of the Lantern Long until I learned that they devoured minds as part of their ascension. Forge. I briefly aspired to join the ranks of the Forge Long, but I learned how brutally they crushed their competition. Edge. I found something romantic in the notion of Edgelong, each a dyad of two dearest enemies, each contending eternally down the ages of the world, but I never loved or hated anyone near half enough. Serieus? Meer Nederlands? Hoe moet ik überhaupt door al dit lezen in het Nederlands? Oké, lantaarn. Geen idee. En geen idee. Snijvlak? Ja, inderdaad. Dit is al heel veel lezen. En nu moet ik het allemaal in het Nederlands gaan doen. Ik denk, ini, mini, mini, mo. Welke gaan we doen? Weet je wat? Laten we... Lantaarn. Lantaarn is goed. Oké, en dan hebben we deze. Jada. Stervelingen die een droomraadsel beantwoorden bij de deur. Wat is dat ook alweer in het Nederlands? Een stag? Geen idee. Ik geloof dat het gewoon een stag is, toch? Als ze niet terugkomen, zijn ze waarschijnlijk niet meer sterveling. Oké. I never tried. I saw what happened to people who passed that door. Not all of them, but enough of them. So I never really made an attempt. I never succeeded. I saw what happened to the people who passed through that door. I'm confident it would have been different for me. But I never did answer Gibri's riddle. Stag door. A ridged barrier of blood-streaked horn, huge enough for a ship to pass. It was broken long ago, and even now the scars are not quite healed. The stag door is the Adept's Gate. To pass it is to be initiated into the first true mystery of the House of the Sun. I used to go there in my higher dreams when I was younger, and then again when I was away from the world. I got to know its guardian pretty well. Pity. I remember a night where Gibri was talkative. He spoke in his siege engine voice of the histories he'd overheard in the waking world. I listened until his story stilled off again into weeping. Regret. I remember a night when Gibri spoke of the door. Our company was shattered. It was that shattered it. Before the gods who were flesh, the house was forbidden to mortals. We were the first no. I wish that we had not. I wish I had died in the world. Pain. I remember a night when Gibri wept again. I scooped up his tears of molten brass in my cup palm. In a dream, my skin peeled and blistered. But only in a dream. The gods who were flesh. Those hours who were born into the world as mortals before they began their long fierce rise to become engines of eternity's encroachment. Opnieuw? Nog één? Ik had het net al... I already did a third Dutch minute. As in, wanna do it again? No. No, I don't. I'm good. Let's see, the uncounted. Departed, consumed by the cross, imprisoned, in hiding, still at war in the sun, for one reason or another, not manifesting their natures. Of course, any uncounted hour who isn't dead might return unexpectedly at any time. It's my turn. Oh, never mind. Is it on cooldown? Thank goodness. Cross. The carapace cross is gone, into earth, into flesh, and the traveling kinds beyond wave and sky. There are very few now under the earth, and the cross in flesh are us, some of us, at least. The hybridity which we called the Carapace Cross was gone, long and far. Their nature survived only in some bloodlines, and perhaps in the darkness beyond the sky, but since the wars... Yeah, could we get a little bit of a break? Because we have a lot of reading to do, and I would like to actually... I mean, this is fascinating lore, but I would like to get through it so we can do more of the other parts of the game. The cross is creeping back. It might need crushing. Growing. The cross is growing. It might be wonderful. Changing. Everything is changing. It's inevitable. Yeah. Nina. Actress, artist, witch. Nina casts a long shadow. Every adept on the continent knows her name. From the moment I woke up in Alexandria, my heart clamored for me to find her. It would take me a while to understand why. Can you summarize after reading so we better understand too? What did the author mean? Nina. And no, I'm not going to summarize anything. This is not summarizable. Never kind. A chilly soul. But she has no reputation for cruelty either. Never rash. Nina is always careful. It's how she survived this long. Never forgotten. She makes an impression. La Lagasse. Sandria. You know what? We'll read that later. We'll get back to that one. Go all the way back. See if we missed anything. Oh, troubles. We'll be fine. I guess you guys have to figure out troubles on your own. Ooh, Westcott's Vapors. An effective cure for weariness, but it also brings at least a little pain in its wake. Midnight Mark. The proper use of this somber sign silences restless spirits. Witch's Knot. Used through centuries. Untold to bring lovers together, bless marriages, or make parties go with a swing. Let's look at this later. We've got a lot. Let's do a quick save. Long rattling road. Until Police. A long rattling road from Alexandria to Antibes, though the mountain and the forest in choking through the mountain and forest in choking smoke, but here I am at last. I could use a shave. The best dressed man in the bureau, they used to call me. I hardly dared look in the toilet mirror. Razor blades aren't easy to come by just now, but the black market provides, and with a few tucked away. Welcome to traveling at night. A tiny choice will have a tiny consequence later. In a moment, another tiny choice. Antibes, before the war came to the world. The next choice acts with a passion. Choose a passion you possess to refresh pips in your aspect pool. Choose a new one to start on the path to acquiring it. You can have up to 3 passions. But really, just pick the option that suits you. The game works best when you do that. Antibes, before the war came to the world. This was the sweet blue eye of the Riviera. Yachts and parties and film star villas. Picasso painted his pierrots here by the sea. Compassion, possessed. And then the war, so many dead, deported, lost, and was in no position to help. And now here I am. Even before I went away, first time in a new city was always exciting. Years ripe with opportunity. I could have made my mark. It's a real game with crap. Yes, that's what I was trying to return to. Luna, how do you like Disco Elysium? It's voice acted and a murder mystery. I have heard of the game before, but I am not particularly familiar. Like, I haven't played it. Let's go with compassion. Acted with passion. Compassion. Aspect pool recovered. 1 heart and 1 rose. But there's always someone else to save. We won't usually tell you explicitly which choices act, which passions. We let you roleplay or guess. The wars and their plagues took the glitter of those golden evenings, left the air dense and villainous. But I have to find Nina Lagasse, and her trail has brought me here. Heart's desire. I followed Nina to the city of Antibes in the French state, the southern half of divided France. My heart urges me to find her soon, but I don't always listen to my heart. My heart urges me to find her soon. Since I came back to the world, I've learned to listen to my heart. I think that one fits. Grill. Yeah. Look for Nina Lagas. Until you find her, why is less important than where. And that's the best voice acting of all time. Fight me. I won't. I haven't played the game. Let's check this out. An optimist would say Europe is still healing. Others would say Europe is taking its time to die. Moving around quickly. Double click to run. If you click somewhere distant, Spencer will break into a run anyway. Perhaps from sheer enthusiasm. Perhaps out of desperation. The rain's only half erased the chalk. The bookshop owner must have re-lettered it just this morning. A determined soul. Oh. The rain's perked up the flowers at least. When you move the cursor over something interactable, it'll be highlight. Or hold Z to highlight everything interactable on screen. Nice. The Rue scene is deserted. The rain, the curfew, or some nastier reason. Welcome warmth. I'm no longer chilly. 30 nutritious literature layers glowering beneath a light topping of brightly colored novels about people falling in things, falling off things, or inventing cocktail mixing pianos. Saw this in 37, the year before I went away. The worms gave me what you might call an afternoon off, and I sat in the cinema, watching our heroes cross the border into Switzerland. That's when I started to plan my own escape. Woman bites man, man dies. Man fake dead. Snake bites woman, woman dies. Man resurrects woman. A love story. Elegant ladies preen. Elegant gentlemen cavort. More elegant ladies, some pulp westerns. Further elegant ladies, blood-drenched tales of Parisian crime. And one more particularly splendid lady with particularly splendid hair. Quick save before we say hi. Posters for poetry, newspapers for prose. The bookseller raises her gaze from the newspaper. She looks me up, then down, then up, with careful interest. Andre. Good afternoon. You're looking for something? Andre approves, and is now receptive. Just looking. Well, if there's something you want, I am here. Hello again. Do you have... A choice with a skill icon needs a skill check. An invisible die is rolled. Add it to your skill level and compare to the difficulty level of the check. The choice will give you a basic chance of success. Hover your cursor for more details. Technically, it's actually an invisible token being drawn from an invisible bag. Invisible bag? What's random? What's fair? If you roll a 10-sided die 100 times and get a 1 every time, is that fair? You can roll a die 100 times and get the same result every time. So, traveling doesn't use dice. It draws tokens, each numbered 1 to 10, from a bag. When the bag is empty, we put the tokens back in and shake the bag. There's more than one tile with each number, so you can get the same number a few times in a row. But your luck will always turn. When you reload after a save, we always put all the tokens back in and shake it. This means, bluntly, that you can save scum. You can change this in options. Then, said Fate to Chance, let us play our old game again. And they played it again, together, using the gods as pieces, as they had played it oft before. Lord Dunsany, Time, and the Gods. This is not complicated at all. No? Fate. I believe Fate won. Chance. I reckon Chance won. Look. A butterfly. Oké, laatste. Laatste. Ik beloof het. En dan in het Nederlands. Ik denk... Wacht, wat is dat in het Nederlands? Wacht een moment. Wat is dat in het Nederlands? Lot. Oh, natuurlijk. Lot. Ik denk dat Lot won. Ja, Lot. Laat maar. Laten we nog één. Gewoon voor het geval dat. Voor het geval dat het niet goed gaat. Zegt hoi. En ik. Dat is de. Ik wou de bovenste. Dit is ook goed. Hello again. Is this your bookshop? Active with passion, curiosity. It is now. Now? Since the war. Reach for a quotation. Same everywhere. I'm sorry. Murmur a prayer. Now let's try this. Oh. Oh man, we're so close. I guess we'll concede. My memory is cobwebbed, but a war memorial inscription comes to mind. You gain the trouble. Yada yada. If let trouble rise high enough. Consolation. Fear has its consolations. Learn more. But disapproves. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do though, so I'm gonna be cheeky. I'm gonna be very cheeky. And this could lead in place exactly like this. The skills and dice and everything, just like this. Be safe coming. I am safe coming. I meant to choose the top option anyway. I meant to ask, do you have? Okay, what happens if I... Okay, so I want to ask about this, but I wonder if I get multiple things if I ask this. The sheaf from today. Excellent state paper. Oh, buy copy. Oh, I have my funds tucked away somewhere safe. Bulky manila envelope bulges inside pocket. Time to open it. 2 passports. Neither qualifies me as a citizen of the French state. My British passport, in the name of Spencer Hobson, is valid, though the place of birth is false. While my pre-war's French passport, in the name of Sylvian Hussier, gives my place of birth accurately, but the France that issued it no longer exists, and the passport is long invalid. Traveling funds, mostly Darlinist francisques, plus a few incorporate dollars. And a packet of Bonzana cigarettes. The dollars will be accepted everywhere in Western Europe. The cigarettes everywhere there's a black market. A single ministry's Dolia. And a razor blade. Useful things. Razor blades. Do you have paper? I'll buy a copy. Let me check what that is. The sheaf, a state-sanctioned daily paper. The mast had a wheat sheaf girded around the Francisc acts of the state. Read. The sheaf, dated 2nd November. As so often now, the precise dates resist the eye. Funny how that works. But true. Headline. A noose around Berlin. The ministry shackled the free necks of the West Berlin with a merciless blockade. Starving citizens implore heaven for help. Allies answer. The mighty air forces of the incorporates and the state rain down boundless plenty on the suffering citizenry. Even the English and even the effete secessionaries of the Republic have belatedly joined the effort, although they rely on the state and the incorporates to provide the cargo, so feeble are their own economies. And gain some edge. Read about the numerous overwhelming victories in Indochina. Read other news. I'll read other news. A number of sheep and a smaller number of goats have returned triumphantly from the summer pastures and won local livestock competitions. Aww. The winning animals have been skillfully photographed from angles chosen to emphasize their noble ovine or caprine profiles. The writer notes that no Republican sheep or goats have won anything, although he doesn't specify whether this is because Republican animals are effete or just ineligible. Thankfully, the state bears the burden of the war in the former colonial possessions of poor lost France. Ergo, the victories continue. The victories are notable for being A, numerous, and B, overwhelming. A little bit about the world, but yeah, this is a lot of reading. Okay. Hi, do you have anything by Spencer Hobson? It's us. Oh, we failed. By 5. Ah, man. I'm gonna think, wait, no, I remember the name. Here. Angle the trace. Voila. Blood in the Belfry. Oh no. Gain dread. I must warn you, this is a bad book. A very bad book. I wrote 5 of these things, pseudonymously. They sold much better than my real work. In fact, they merited French and German translations. I'd forgotten that the French and German publishers published them under the Hobson name. It's a little overwritten, I grant you, but the plotting is quite ingenious. Very bad book? Never mind then. Let's... It's one. I go with passion, ambition. Oh, you've read it? My condolences. How much? 5, Francis. Let's just say 4. I'm an honest woman. Sure. Gain the blood in the Belfry. I appreciate your generosity and your courage. Okay, so that is very different than how this went in my first playthrough. That's fine. A spine-chilling tale of renegade priest whose knife is thirsty for innocent blood. Huh. I wrote this under the name Meredith Lux, but here it's under the name Spencer Hobson. Spine-chilling is right. It's painful even to look at the cover, but at least as long as I have it, there's one pure copy in circulation. Damn. Is it that bad? Particular antique object. Oddments. I guess it doesn't really do anything for me. Let me organize this real quick. Get the ones with the circles here and the ones with the diamonds and that. It would be nice if I could name my saves so I could keep them separate. I wonder where I need to go. At some point, maybe I will grow big enough that if I shout something in the void, the people who made games will hear it. But until then, I probably should actually contact them. Like, hey, because I'm a streamer, I like maybe playing 2 saves at the same time. What happened? How could I maybe name my saves? Have like a... something like Oxygen included, where you have like a play game and then you have all the saves under that game section. And then you have for a different game, you have all the saves under that game section. That I always enjoyed the organization of Oxygen not included saves. I need to do a quick ad break. I want to show you guys a little more of this game that is a little less reading. Or like different profiles. That too could work. Yes, profiles I would also... especially if there's... I think profiles are more important if you have like a roguelite where you still keep adding things to it. Like player 1, player 2. That could work too. So, some system like that. I really like Oxygen not included's way. I think it works better if you just have like one playthrough where you might want to go back and forth in time if something messes up. But profiles work really good in roguelites, like how they do it in Reus 2. Which I, as a streamer, appreciate immensely because I don't accidentally unlock new things on one profile. Yeah, saves per playthrough. Very nice. Okay. Be right back. We'll continue for a bit. I think I do want to do more Pal World. I just want to show a bit more of this game to you guys. Oni does it perfectly. Love the way Oni does it. I think for roguelites, or anything where you have different playthroughs, but you unlock things between the playthroughs, you'll want profiles. If you are a streamer, please, please, please give me different profiles. Can we stay in the library with the rain outside? I like it here. Sure. I'll just be right back and stay on the screen. It is very pretty, isn't it? It's a very pretty game. I love the way they showed the rain with like the little diamonds. it's very pretty looking. Be right back. The game went away. Sorry, I have... I have trained myself to always like do the button presses in succession, so... Sorry. Automatism. Automatics. Muscle memories. All good. Gaze from the newspaper. Hello again. Actually, hold on. Sorry. Let's quick save. Let's check. Oh, we can... These add stuff too. We'll want to add that then. Conventional, conservative, unremarkable. A safe option, although more unconventional souls will be put off. Force of habit. She looks very French. That's an insult. We are in France. Is this your bookshop? Act with passion, curiosity. It is now. Now? Since the war. This is a bookshop. Reach for a quotation. Same everywhere. I'm sorry. Reach for a quotation? Ah, man. Okay, no. We're gonna just answer how I think he would answer, which is just, I'm sorry. We're gonna be compassionate. Is this your bookshop? I'm sorry. Yeah. Me also. I'm looking for a woman, Nina Lagasse. I regret we sell only books here. She's an old friend. I heard she'd come here to Antibes. Lina Lasagna, not Lagasse. It says Lagasse. Like Lagasse. Nina Lagasse. She eats a lot of beans. Lasagna. We're not gonna call her lasagna. You have to excuse her. She's an old friend. I heard she'd come here to Antibes. This is Nina. What does she look like? White as chalk, pale as a pearl. That's not important, but if you'd seen her, you'd remember her. You can't tell me what your old friend looks like? This bros are now very receptive. A very old friend. It's been a long time. Okay, she disapproves. Okay, that wasn't the right answer. No, I've seen no one like that. Can I try that again? Only the rain. Well, I boinkled that, but we'll live with it. Actually, how do you pronounce? How to pronounce? Okay, in English you say Antibes. How do you pronounce it right? Antibes. Okay, Antibes. I guess we'll try and say it like that. The memory that does not die. Near one shelf in the corner of the shop, The crackling of the rain is less audible. Even my footsteps are softer. A sign on the shelves read silence. Found in books. You found my graveyard. Every book there was written by someone alive when the war began, dead when it ended. Above all, a physician, run fingers over a semi-medical textbook, stilling the heart. A red and white memory stirs. Gain memory. Saint Theophrastus Eve, Smithfield, 1927. The books in the graveyard are for display only, not for sale. Understood. Act with passion. Sorrow. Near one shelf in the corner of the shop, the crackling in the rain is less audible. Yada yada yada. Let's see if we can do some hushery. See, it's a quiet place. Okay, with hushery we can do quiet place. We don't have illumination. Yeah, we don't have any skill in particular that needs a quiet place. We did gain a memory. Oh, well, that's... We, all of us, went stamping out from the cold rooms and the great pool of bards into the meat markets, where we saw again the things that are decently hidden beneath the skin. The bureau had sponsored me to train as a doctor, and they wanted their money's worth. I was learning a great deal, but not only what they wanted me to learn. Red lessons in white. Memories are enduring influences. If you want to take influences with you to another city, or if you want to change your aspects, convert them to memories. They fade when traveling, except for memories, which endure. So you want to craft all of your influences into memories before you head out. I'm now chilly. I forgot Dutches don't speak French like Belgians. Fresh sense, well kept. Well, I mean, some of us do, but not all of us, no. Look at how old. Right on the border between autumn and spring. It must be exhausting to be a flower in this world now. Welcome warmed. I'm no longer chilly. The heat strikes me like a friendly fist. I'm now perspiring. Gentlemen perspire, ladies glow, horses sweat. Ergo, I'm not sweating, but I'd be slightly more comfortable in something lighter. A lighter outfit would provide a small bonus. Sweet scents do nothing to sweeten the mood of a woman sitting opposite. Let's do a quick save and talk to the woman. Sacre bleu. Or let's check this. So much for public safety. Beyond the prosaic and ragged edge of earth, a gulf, blue descending to black. Leaning over the edge might not be a good idea. Sniff. Success. Take a moment to savor this first accomplishment, then look at the experience you received. They'll always match the skill you used, but every skill has 3 aspects, so it'll cycle through the aspects in turn. If you don't know or care what that means, don't worry. It'll all be in the footnotes for later. Over the clean notes of the wind from under the world, there is a pungency. Carbide? Bitumen? Not quite either. For a moment, a shape wavers at the edge of my vision. Like a woman, if a woman could melt and smear. Step closer. Sticky widow. Spencer, darling, we miss you. We're cold. We miss you. Oh no. It's the worms. It's the worms. You can't touch me now. You're gone from me now. I feel empty. You can't touch me. I gained influence. Mod. No answer. The shape is gone. They remember. The night observes. They remember. Beyond the prosaic and ragged elements. Let's not lean over the edge. Step away. We might be able to lean over the edge later. If we've gotten more things with us, but... So we're slightly dreading. Current dread is at 3, penalty set 4 more. Hello? Madame Zelia, autumn is dead. You will remember. What? You are the Signaire? I am Zelia. Do not ask my family's name. Madame Zelia disapproves and is now wary. Never apologize, never explain. Some characters are impatient, intolerant, unpredictable, or all three. They might make up their mind about you without ever even explaining what they're talking about. Step carefully. Skill checks, overlaps. Skills overlap. Sophistication and Hushery might both let you spot forged art. Bosk and Preservation are both relevant if you ever need to deliver a baby. So you might see dialogue choice with 2 skills icons. In this case, you'll automatically use the skill which is the best chance of success. Hover over a choice for details about the other one. Sophistication, knowledge, art, culture. This is the least used for worldly skill. Damn. Hey y'all, hello Python Dad. Fairiness. Hushery. And night art for quiet and shadowed places. Those invisible arts considered more shadowy, sinister, or unwise. Night arts are unworldly skills. They can have impressively eerie effects, but they usually need some preparation. Prudent, best not to meddle. Absurd. As if they're any more dangerous than the bright arts. Measured. I've practiced them in my time. Regretted it. Let's be prudent. The lore of the primeval wood, rarely written, often felt, one of the arts unconsidered, used in verdant and shadowed places. Practice is sometimes rejected by scholars and adepts as primitive, crude, distasteful, or silly. Arts unconsidered are unworldly skills. They can have quietly miraculous effects, but they usually need some preparation. Unbefitting. Rightly rejected. Underestimated. Rejected by idiots. Understood. Not all knowledge is equal, but all knowledge is knowledge. Underestimated. And preservation. Also an art unconsidered. Buried the heart. Where have I heard that before? A friend of mine, a Southern woman, used to dance at the Euclides Club in London. When her heart was broken, she set out to revenge herself. She told me that she had buried a songbird's heart at the dark of a moon to call for the red help she wanted. My past, St. Caliste Eve, London, 1923. On nights of the new moon, sometimes I found myself back at the Euclides Club, behind the crimson curtains and the incarnadine curtain and the incarnadine, dancers drifting like kelp beneath slow waves of smoke. I was looking for inspiration that evening. I sought it in the room behind the red baize door, where they took off much more than their clothes, and for weeks my dreams were wrong. Words everywhere. It's a very wordy game, and that's why I don't think it makes for a great stream game, because gosh dang do I need to do a lot of narrating. No redeeming. She had owned that songbird almost a year. I recall that she had to crush its throat and cut its heart out with a pocket knife to prove her conviction, or perhaps only because the one she called was one who liked that kind of thing. The heart of a pet. Did you take its life with your own hands? Say nothing about that. No, I will ask. Of course. I did not enjoy it. We will speak of it no more. She disapproves. Signaire. Do I know the word? He likes respectable. I have a bit of a chance. 0 in a skill halves the possible chance bonus. Unused alternatives. I can consider the try-by. Show the cold knowledge. No, turn back, Celia. This will twist your soul. Eloquence. We do not have that, but we can try this. Failure. Can we rescue it? No, it's too much. 30 years ago in Branktrug, I met a man who called himself Signaire. Not a true adept, but he knew some tricks. Enough to break the laws of the world and the church. Doing little works amongst the people. Got some wariness. The Hush House is where the game Book of Hours takes place. You shall read it in Dutch. It's great fun. No, it ain't. Branktrug the village and Branktrug Isle, which sits in the hollow of the Cornish coast like a pupil in an eye. Hush House stands there, a secret library, a hidden hospital, a sanctuary of peace and healing. I was the parish priest of Branktrug for almost 3 years, and didn't exactly lose my faith. Miners. The miners in my congregation came filthy as worms from under the earth, but they were spotless every Sunday in church. Painters. The light in Cornwall was famous. When I saw a strange face, it was usually a painter. Wounds. Not many young men left in Branktrug after the war. En in het Nederlands. Ik denk de miners. En dan gaan we het over dit. De Hush House. Een plaats van rust en genezing. Vlakbij de Koornse plaatsje van Branktrug. Een van de 7 grote bibliotheken van de overzierboom. I scammed you. Oh, it's just... Damn. How dare you? How dare you? You guys know I'm tired. You guys know I'm multitasking this game. Screw you. Screw your Nederlandse minuut. Well, damn. Let's go about the watchman. The watchman who navigates, who illuminates, who is not compassionate. The uncounted hour who once lit the way for the willing and the unwilling. He has been called the door in the eye. Behold, I stand at the door, and though I do not knock, it is here I may be heard. Acute, he navigates. Bright, he illuminates. Merciless, he is not compassionate. I'm gonna say I'll consider... You're sitting very close. Holes? Wounds. I am not, and there are no holes. And the matter is in any case irrelevant. I'll consider. Oh, I can smile now. But let's not. Success. You must. I will suffer this woman no longer. There's a cafe on the square near the fountain and the flag. Every day she goes there. Philomene, blight her, punish her. Consider the nature of curses. Why? No, this is too cruel. Inconsiderate. No, this business is beneath me. Consider the nature of curses. You could use a wither item to this end. It could bring this Philomene nightmares and bad fortune, sicken and immiserate her. It wouldn't kill her, unless she's very weak, but it wouldn't be very nice. That said, you're not in the suppression bureau anymore. You need to find Nina. You could use the money. And it might be possible to convince Zelia that you've cursed her enemy, even if you haven't. Why? That's not your concern. She's unpardonable. A traitor, a slut, a defiler of husbands, moral filth. Oh dear. Oh dear. But that is not your concern. I need to find a woman. I know the name. We can discuss that when our business is done. I'll consider it. I agree to consider Zelia's request. This means I could fulfill it, ignore it, or try to deceive her. Trade a wither item with an unworldly art and find an opportunity to taint Philomene's food or drink, or speak with Philomele, then return to Zelia and pretend you didn't as she asked, or just move on. Trade something sinister. A plan in the journal hints on how to do this. You consider it. Consider it quickly. I have told you what I want and I will reward you. Keep it secret. I'm a woman of importance. No one reputable will believe you. I have the skills to create a withering item if I want. Let's save. And feels a little cruel though. I'll save checking that out for later for reasons. That though, that seems interesting. Shadow of a Shadow. To our dead, 1914, 1919. Dark years, and darkness hangs here like smoke. My first war, that. I was chaplain with the Dorsetshires. In different times, I'd never have been attached so young. A memory uncoils. Gained, my boss, St. Ulo's Eve. Cambrai, 1919. Gained dread. 4 dread is enough to make me unease to despondency. To our dead. Let's check out our memory. Influence mod. Brain buzz, skin shifts, passion part like leaves. Okay, read that one. Memory. Anastasis Brankrug, 1920. When the feast of the sun's resurrection came to Brankrug, the rectory was still cold, those old stone walls, thick as a castle's, and with no housekeeper, I had to lay my own fire. But the spring sunlight was warm, so I liked to go down and take my lunch in the sweet bones, hot potato pastry, or a slice of stargazy pie, and the strangest conversations at the corner tables. It's very fun to read as someone who's played Book of Hours. My boss, St. Ulio's Eve, Cambrai, 1919. I was the youngest chaplain in the regiment, but Father Schuyler had taken me under his wing. And Father Schuyler was an exorcist in ordinary, and so I became his assistant. In the ashes and churned earth of Cambrai, in the sick and shattered places, it was me they would call to give the viaticum to the dying, when it was feared the dead might struggle up again after, with their bones grinding like glass. Cambrai. The second battle of Cambrai, 1919, my first battle where we almost broke through. It hung on the knife's edge. Had we broken through, the Great War might have been over a year earlier. The books will tell you the Germans rallied, but I remember what we found in the church there, and why the Dorsetshires drew back, leaving 10,000s of our own lying dead in the ashes. Oh my goodness. Hi, Holy and Evil. Thank you for the 15. 15? Flipping 15. Gift subs to all live people following. Thank you so much. We need to celebrate it too. Celebrate it with what? For what? A Dutch minute. No! No, Dutch minute. Please, no. Payday, hype. Okay, sleep time. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Sleep well. Take care. Thank you so much for your support. I just need to have a list of thank you in every single language so I can just pull it up and start adding new languages to it every time. And then before we know, I know how to say thank you in 50 languages if you keep this going. Actually, let me make a note of that. Let me just straight up. New page. Thank you. Languages. Let's see. Thank you. Dank je. Merci. Danke. Arigato. Isn't it... I think it's Danke schön is better. Oh my goodness, you're even adding a gift? You don't need to give me things. Goodness, but... Thank you. Hold on. Wait, water park simulator? What's the gift? It's water park simulator. I don't know if I can show this. The thing was pretty fun. Oh? I guess I'll add that to the stream list. It has Twitch integration. It has... I see. So I guess we're gonna... All the streamers played it. I guess I will join all the streamers. Water park simulator. Twitch integration. Chat visit your park. Water park and poops in your pool because that's of chat. Ah, I see. Okay. I guess maybe we'll do that, a little bit of that on Sunday then. That's fun. Thank you so much. The lesson. I learned a great deal that day. The cost. We paid dearly. The victory. But when at last we came back to Cambrai in 19, we won. Cost. We paid dearly. The Great War. In 1919, the last year of the Great War, I left seminary and volunteered as a chaplain in Dorsetshire Regiment, when Stanislav trained me as an exorcist. The Great War. We really thought it was as bad as it would get. It took 20 years to learn how wrong we were. I'm not sorry I missed. The war on the world. Europe smashed the haunted ruins. The war in the sun. The order of the house had its flaws, but they upheld time, sense, and symmetry. War in the world. Stanislav. Father Stanislav John Schaller, an orthodox but kind. I served as his assistant in the Great War when he was an exorcist in ordinary to the Dorsetshire Regiment. He recommended me to the bishop for my skill with cellular work, winning me the appointment as parish priest in Brancrug, and he helped return me to the world. I miss him. I miss him. We miss him. In any case, it can be played co-op. Oh dear. What happened to the Dutch minute? No Dutch minute happened. You can't trick me again. No Dutch minute happened. We are, unfortunately, slightly dreading. Should we craft? Create a wither item and an unworldly art and find an opportunity to taint Philomeal's food or drink. Or speak with Philomele and then return to Zelly and pretend you did as she asked, or just move on. I mean... A midnight mark. I don't know, I feel kind of bad. We're like playing a compassionate fellow. I don't feel like we would like curse someone. It didn't Dutch. Dutch minute. But you didn't claim no nothing. Okay, caution. Let's not go to there. He's paying attention now. Just wanted to highlight. But no Dutch minute got redeemed. You're not gonna trick me again. I like the graphics. It looks so... Look at that. So nice. It is very nice. Very cozy. Hello. The elder Janvier. Sweet grey eyes, steady behind the spectacle lenses. Where the fishes come to knock on it and listen. Come in. Welcome. A very long look. You remind me, monsieur, of a man I knew long ago, before the wars. It's good to see you again. You knew me as Sylvian Huchet. Elder Javier approves and is now appreciative. Yes, I did. But it's been 10 years, more. You look very different, but not so very much older. Not so very much older. I wish that's how I felt. Preen. Oh, you know, one does one's best. Let's preen. That is amazing. I love that. Acted with passion, ambition, an unresolved trend, Monsieur Hussein. We Saw each other last in Paris, when you had but recently completed your service with the Legion du Soil. Well, sweet. I don't know how to pronounce that. You gave me your uniform to tend and mend. You also ordered a new suit of clothes. On the basis of our long acquaintance, I asked for nothing on account. In these many years, I abandoned the matter of the new suit. I apologize. However, I believe I have your old uniform here, in the back. The repairs are complete. A small sum is payable. You kept that? Not kept, really. The Javiers are dispersed across the continent now. We sold our premises in the Republic just last month. A number of long-abandoned items were sent to me. Fortuitous. We keep a small stock of other goods. Perhaps you'd like to see that? Or discuss a commission? Later, perhaps. Until then, this has been a pleasant surprise. For me, also. Goodbye. Let's check out the mirror. This time last winter. The mirror shows a completely different room. A larger shop. In late evening or early twilight. My old premises in Paris. The last summer I was there. The mirror is useless for any practical purpose, but it's difficult now to find a working mirror, and it will help me remember when wits finally fail me. Can imagine. A great many years from now. Acted with passion, compassion. Aspect pull recovered, one heart, one... Yes! I hope that was what it would do. Poise, the other face of elegance. Elegance, the other face of poise. Gately. Bring our larger memories down and bring our influences of winter down here. Monsieur Hussier, welcome back. How may I assist you today? The streets of the Antibes. On what was it again? Antibes. Are wounded. They are cold abysses of silver darkness. Okay, I need to... Here I was like, I'm going to play it for a bit and then do flipping Palworld, and here I am still playing. Actually, let me give you guys a poll. More traveling at night or Palworld? Because we can switch and then we'll still have an hour for Palworld. There you guys go. Also, hi Kirito. Yes, I often pass them on my constitutional walks. Janvier, I say to myself, these are bad times. I had never expected I would live any city that I called home. Then I reflect on my last round of bad times, and the times before that, and the time before, and so I shrug, and complete my constitutional. I am not a repairer of a business, but only of garments. You don't wonder why they're there? I assume they are expressions of fundamental incompatibility between distinct modes of being. Note their locations, on the border between two versions of Antibes. Huh. Commerce in divided Europe, since the wars. Cashing's king, lots of text. Lots of text, so much text. Stuff we can even think about. It passes like the First, Second, and Third Republic. Look at all this information. Stuff that I adore reading, honestly. But also, my throat is getting parched and a little sore. I don't know if you guys enjoy me reading this all, or if you want to see more. Because this is part of the game. I imagine the overwhelming amount of notes slows down as you progress. Back to Palworld? Oh, I know. Yeah, it's Back to Palworld if you guys want. Water Park Simulator would wait till Sunday. I guess you guys will just need to play it yourselves if you want to read everything. I'll just get my my experiences. Okay, I can buy silks. I can order summer frivolity. This period after travel. My old Legion uniform, meticulously mended by Elder. Oh, you know what? We should. I think we want that. Yeah, we'll just get the uniform. I've paid in the currency that I chose. Use. The garments I recovered from Jan Veer, the tailor that I'd give him to mend long ago. Uniform of a medicine lieutenant of the Legion du Sol, a little faded from the bronze sun of the deep deserts, a little stained faintly by the clinging mud of the ghost forest of Indochine. Saved lives wearing this. I watched men dying wearing this. This is what I wore to war. I saved lives. Yeah. Can now don the outfit of the wardrobe. Gain extra observation and Bosk. But look, it doesn't add to it if I don't actually have that skill unlocked by the looks of it. So that's interesting. I need a lot of aspects before I start to unlock things. Okay. Health check. There's a poll in the chat. Yes, absolutely. Vote. Oh, you guys seem to like the traveling at night. All right, we can keep playing that. Although there's still 5-ish minutes left. If people here are like, no, I'd really like Palworld. Say this in Dutch. I'm gonna cheat and use Google Translate because my brain is failing. There we go. Everyone go to the piling. I'll need to find a wardrobe though. Oh. Thank you for the follow, Don 01975333555. I'm not gonna say your name that way the entire time, don't worry. Need to find a wardrobe area. Is there nowhere I can change? This is a tailor shop. Surely I can change somewhere. No? See, I get extra observation with this one. I get extra dignity with this one. I get sophistication with this one. And spiffery with this one. But it's pretty expensive, so probably not. Let's not waste all of our money immediately. Oh, I like how I put on my hat when I go outside. Okay, so I'm being cautious against that. Chilly stream of clear water competes against the rain. It's losing. Is that a phone number? I'm calling it. Don't do that. They've kept his CISA tricks under control, but it doesn't look as if it's getting any better. Likely, it discolors the wallpaper inside. Residents often develop sympathetic marks of their own. Huh. You sure I can't, like, do a quick change in there, like in the convention booth? Like, I know it's in the wardrobe, but... And the priest blinks slowly, as if struggling to focus. Don't forget to vote in the poll. It's almost over. There's a lot more of you than people that voted. There's 4 people voted, which means there would be 18 people left that can vote. The priest blinks slowly, as if struggling to focus. Father Jean, light perpetual shine upon you. Did you wish to... But wait, let me see. Is it you? Father Jean approves and is now receptive. Well, generally that's me, yes. What does that mean? Shrug silently. Opportunistic. It is. Shrug silently. Act with passion, sorrow. Hollow spirit and brazen of heart, she said, and that you would open her eyes. She. The priest turns to gesture at the stained glass window behind the altar. Her name, you see, is Reparata, but not her only name. Mine is Jean, and that is all the name I own. Journal, the eyes of the saint. Father Jean has asked for my assistance in opening the eyes of Saint Reparata. Not confidently. I'm sorry, Jean. I'm not who you think I am. I don't really know what you want. But I don't want anything. It is the saint. She can't see. And at last here you are, to help her. Jean doesn't smile, but his eyes crinkle as if he might. I'll need something in return. I'm looking for someone. A woman named Nina Lagas. The saint will bring you together, you and this Nina. Once her eyes are open, I'm certain of it. Are you quite well? Well, no, not for some time now. Thank you for asking. He approves. Oh. Jean shifts from foot to foot, like a rain cloud buffeted by wind. Okay, let's examine that then. Although I feel like it would be great if we got some observation skill before then. We do not have enough things unlocked. Can evolve this to sorrow. This to ambition. There used to be more in me. Something's been cut out of me. Yeah, we need 20 of a singular aspect. We're quite a ways away. A woman in blue. Martyr's palm, saint's halo, dark eyes, see beneath stars, crossed needles behind her head, and a necklace of pearls. Let's try anything else. Oh, yeah, we're not making that. Guess we concede. Taylor's needles, crossed behind the head, not recognized attribute of Saint Reparata. Provincial saints and their venerations, who knows? Martyr's palm, saint's halo. I remember her martyrdom. She was burned and beheaded. Somewhere in here, she was forced to drink boiling pitch. Then her body was set to drift on the sea until it washed up on the coast. Somewhere. Spare a moment to think about that. Poor girl. Compassion. Gained dread. Ew, boiling pitch. Yeah, it's rude. I guess we'll be finishing. I don't think we're gonna finish, but I guess we'll be playing the demo. Hello, Chef Darren. Welcome in. Also, welcome in, Shiblighter. I think I'm just gonna go Rad. Rad is nice and short. I don't think we're going to finish. No. Like, it's a demo, and I feel like we're not gonna get to the... Rad is cool. Rad is probably better. Blue garments, starry sea. She's the patron saint of the city and of fishermen, sailors. Saints collect patrocinia in much the same way that magpies collect trinkets, dogs collect fleas, adepts collect reputations. Magpies collect trinkets. Appetites. Her eyes. Are they open? Yes, just 2 blots of black lead and milky glass, with the carefully innocent vagueness of every iconographic virgin. She said you would open her eyes, but the saint's eyes in the windows are open. What did Jean mean? Let's step away for a second, so we can totally save scum if we need to. It would be great if we could have less dread, so the skill checks would be easier, but... Rad Shiba was taken. Ah. A little knowledge is a dangerous thing. If you use occult tools carelessly at random, you'll often make matters worse. Before you begin, make sure you know what you're dealing with. I have the skills to create a hallow or unveil item, which would be useful here. Something to think about. Purify, exalt, honor. Unveil, discern truth, reveal essence. Look at item. Try to charm on the window to invigorate or awaken it. No. Unveil, try to charm on the window to discern the truth or open the doors of perception. Try charm, hallow. Okay, we need Horomancery. Expel, try charm on the window to separate or exercise conflicting influences. Something tells me we shouldn't use that. Maybe... I don't think I want to quell either. I think we want to hallow, but we don't have... We'd need... Horomancery, which we need 20 edge, 20 fortune, 20 rosewind. Or illumination. 20 edge, 20 fortune, 20 lantern. We might need to come back to that. The shadows lined on the sun cross chandelier above, the perpetual fire of the unconquered sun, the underwater glow of the stained glass windows. All make the altar bright. This is the altar I once served. I miss it. I'm free of it. It took me too long to realize what balls it what balls it all was. It still means something, but now it means something different. Fascination. Lost dread. Oh, I lost some dread at least. One fascination. Chrysophoria. The first stage of a kind of delirium. Pick up the book. The Book of Suns, the church's holiest text. Oh, the poll ended. It did end. So we're sticking to this until... were there any... Not at all. 0. 0 poll. There were 4 votes. None of them were from Palm World. Good. Damn. The name itself is a reminder that the sun is divided, yet indivisible, constant, but ever-changing. Read silently from the book. Read resonantly from the book. Let's read silently. Act with passion, sorrow. No thing in or beneath heaven had only one nature, and no thing had two. Natures may keep one from joining with another. Therefore I say unto you that even the wolf divided is forgotten, not by the sun. Wolf divided. He unmaketh, he unmaketh, he unmaketh. When the sun died, the hour called the wolf divided was born, in agony to rage. But the sun has not died only once, he has risen many times. When did the wolf divided come into the world? Any answer is a tangle of heresies. In worse times, you could be put to the question for naming a year. Even today, this is one of the fiercest differences between the received and the sanctioned version of the Book of Suns. Night. When was there a time with neither agony nor rage? Light. It never sat right to me, giving tea to the sun. Sight. I've always wondered about a connection with the wolf-headed traveler Saint Christopher Lycocephalus. He always seemed likable in the stories. Let's go with Edge. This is a sanctioned version of the Book of Suns. A little unusual, the received version is more common on the continent, but the sanctioned version with its message of the sun approaching rebirth is more optimistic. Perhaps the priest here hopes to uplift his flock. The name itself... Gain a memory. I gained a memory. Let's read the memory. Ah. We gain more of the same. I didn't even know... I've been calling out that there was a poll multiple times. At that point, it's on you. On that point, it's on you. I've repeated myself plenty. A curious incident. Okay, hold on, actually. Quick save. There we go. A wounded greyhound wrestles with serpents, eyes blazing. I remember the story. In the province of 700 years away, a nobleman leaves a greyhound to protect his infant heir. On his return, the child is absent and the greyhound's jaws are stained with blood. In rage and terror, the father kills the dog. Then they hear the child's cry and find it under the cradle, along with the monstrous serpent that Ginfor had slain. Picture as Fool's Day. Potent allegory. Folktale. Failure. No! Oh, we can succeed on that if we use up all of our stuff. Let's try. Father Simon told us that story in the seminary minor in Paris. It must be 40 years ago now. It upset me then, and it moved me now. It intrigued me for years. The story shows up everywhere in different dress. Wolfhound in Wales, a pet bear in Spain, and Georgia it's a panther. And that's Ginford is why you, before you risk any good deed, you always make sure you know who will get the credit. Damn. It upset me then. It moved me now. Go for the pip. Yeah, we're gonna probably need illumination somehow to try and get something done. For that, we'll need to get more skills. I wish I could... Oh, I guess not in here. But here I can move the camera here, but I... Okay, I can use it with these. That's good. It's a bit grim out here. Chilly. Let's go there. Let's not approach that. There's caution for a reason, I assume. Oh, kitty cat. Pompon. One eye widens, the gleaming watchlands. Buzz as draft excluder, perhaps that as a promise. Stroke its back. Pompon. Eyes opens very slightly wider. Nino. The animal is essentially inert, monsieur. Expect nothing of him. She likes me petting the kitty cat. But chin. An ear flicks lazily. The animal is essentially inert, monsieur. Expect nothing. But I get to pet the kitty cat. Pet the kitty cat. Nothing is private to the man on the threshold. The door to the kitchen, a sign reads private. If I want in, I'll have to wait until the proprietress is distracted. Next time she bends below the bar. Wait, employ a little magic of transgression to enter the kitchen. Okay, so I'm gonna probably need an item for that then, huh? That's not... This is the worst photograph ever never taken by a human being. It could be a boat. It could be a pig. It could be the inside of a pig. It could be the inside of a pig inside a boat. It could, in fact, be a photograph taken not by a human at all, but by a pig. Perhaps from inside another pig. Sure, madame, but if I can pet the cat, I will pet the cat. Pet, pet, pet. Exactly. You give me a cat, I shall pet it. Hi, how's France? Divided. Very, very divided. We have the French state and the French Republic, but hey, at least the Netherlands and Belgium are fine. Like, we're good. Like, France might be a right old mess, but at least in this version of Europe and slightly beyond, the Netherlands are fine. Look at that. Look at how fine we are. We can go to Amsterdam. War-scarred port capital. Oh, come on, that's Rotterdam. I mean, yes, it's a capital, but also Rotterdam is where big... Netherlands. Where there's rubble, there'll be steel. Where there's shards of glass, there will be mirrors. What's old is lost. What's new is coming. The Kingdom of the Netherlands is getting to work. Hey, neat. Belgium. In the Kingdom of Belgium, Charles of Flanders serves as a regent. King Leopold III, accused of cowardice, of treason, and of improper marriage, is exiled and lost behind the frozen border of Switzerland. Charles is temperate and competent, but he's very close to the British, and he caused a stir when he took his oath before the combined chambers in candlelit hemicycle. Look at all that lore. French state. Work, family, homeland. When the French Third Republic fell, the Rump government in the south joined forces with the enemy, preserving a kind of independence at l'État français. As the enemy retreated, the state switched sides and joined the Allies. So, where does this leave us now? With the Gaul and Darlan rattling sabers across a new carved border between a rump-fort republic and an authoritarian, para-fascist state. Authoritarian. What was about the new capital of Europe? No, Amsterdam is the Netherlands. It said war-scarred port capital. Oh, this is Vichy's separation nearly exactly, I see. The Belgium one. The new heart of Europe, not quite as broken as we might expect. Brussels, the new heart of Europe. I always knew I was broken. What? Not quite as broken as we expect, though. Stonk. Monsieur? You'll have something? Oh, what do you have here? White, red, pastis, chamomile, or I have some bottles left of that incorporate drink. Incorporate drink? Oh, yes, we can save that. Coca-Cola. Gain memory. Saint Django's Eve. Rue Pagal. Might in fact serve as a sacrament for some heretical rites. Crucian, or otherwise. Oh? The heresy of choice in the New World, where the center lets the church's light. Its iconography includes doves, lambs, and a Crucian form on which they assert the shepherds illuminate was executed by Roman authorities. Empty, to symbolize his illumination and ascent. Heretics! Always fun. Unfortunate. If only the church could have remained whole. Inevitable. Principles. Kill. Inevitable, I guess. That's it. American champagne, Archstein calls it. The nearest card player shuffles merrily around his pipe. Snuffles merrily around his pipe. Tastes like what it tastes like, but there's a power in it. Keeps the spider mist from you. Do I need to worry about spider mist here? In Antibes? Antibes? Fucking spider mist? Not if you drink your Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, the one thing that keeps you from the spider mist, apparently. Oh, so, funny thing. In my last playthrough, because I had my guy say, oh, I could really use a coffee, I could ask for coffee here. Isn't that fun? Howdy, Luna and the gang. Hope the stream is going well. I think so. People are actually quite digging this demo, or at least they wanted it more than returning to Paul World. Later, perhaps. I'm gonna see you later. Perhaps. We just want Dutch minute. Struggle translate. No! Let's talk. Name parts. Crowd scene. Should I wish to do Zelia's dirty work? This is my opportunity. Or perhaps I could convince her that I had. Does she know about curses anyway? And here comes the authorities. Look sharp, you old bastard. Our carrots are cooked now. Leopold disapproves and is now worried. Aristide. What should we call you, Monsieur the authorities? What alias are you using today to terrorize the innocent working men of anti... Spencer Hobson. Sylvian Hushin, but hush, I'm undercover. Call me Midnight Joe. Let's go with this one. Watch out for Jean Bernard then. He's a terrible gossip. Okay, we need to do a ad break. So I'll be right back and I'll try not to switch away to the countdown scene so you guys can just appreciate the pretty art. This is Teemo Disco Elysium for sure. Don't be mean to this game. This is not a Teemo anything. Look at how lovely it is. Don't be mean. That is rude. It is. I like it. Yeah, but it's not Teemo. Teemo is like bad quality. Look at the quality of this game. Go into the corner and think about what you said. Don't hurt the game's feelings like that. How dare you? How dare you come into my room? Come into my stream and insult this lovely game. Our carrots are cooked is a direct translation of a French expression and it's so funny to hear in English. I love that I fully grasp it immediately. Our carrots are cooked. Yeah, I get it. You how dare. Coming into your room, damn. Yeah, my room, my stream. And in case, be right back. We need to do an ad break. And I return. Press this button again. Games go. Listen, it's a habit, okay? It's a habit because now I'm like unlearning the habit, and then you'll see that in the future that I go and forget to go to be right back. If anything is more the Teemo version of lesser known indie, don't be mean to the game. And I'm not cute. They did sell 5 million copies, which is huge for an indie. That is huge. Welcome back. Thank you. Let's see. Watch out for Jean Bernard. Then he's a terrible gossip. Jean Bernard. This again. Philomel. I apologize, sir, for these savages. If they had better manners, they'd introduce themselves. She approves and is now receptive. Aristide is the nosy one. I dare not contradict Madame la Marquise. Leopold is our painter and our nihilist. This song again. Ignore the Duchess. I'm a realist. At worst, an existentialist. Jean Bernard is our poet. I am a poor excuse for a poet, at best, sir. I smile. Jean Bernard approves and is now receptive. But an adequate mechanic. And I'm feeling ill. You're these boys' governance, I take it. Let's see if I can pull that off. Ah, damn. Come on. Be charming. No! Now we're paused and the artist is picking me. Damn. He disapproved. Okay. Catch him quick, the authorities. Okay, let's walk away in shame. Maybe we want to try that one again. Maybe we want to save scan. I know nothing about this game. Welcome back, Lulu. Well, be nice to the games. Can we save scum that? I'm absolutely save scumming this game. You can't stop me. I did speak to you, right? Later. Okay. Some people hate the art style. I mean, art styles are... Okay, hold on. Okay, I already introduced myself to them at that point. Let's go before then. Art styles are... I mean, taste varies. I don't know. I don't know Disco Elysium. And I have a lot of games on my list to play. So... Okay, so... Play along. Oh, what does happen if we call him Midnight Joe? Whimsy. You need to work on your accent, Midnight Joe. Okay, they did like me saying that I'm Midnight Joe. Painter, yada yada. Smile at him. Let's see. Let's see if we can charm them again. Damn it. Oh, we can save it. We can save it. Sweet. Every stride, Halmay to draw on his pipe, cough splutters with delight. Yay! That's it, lads. Never mind La Marquise. She's the governess now. Okay. Bye for now. So we can save. So we can save some more if we need to, because gosh dang. I will cheese. You can't stop me. Midnight, yes. I'm looking for Nina. Largess, never heard of her. Me neither, but shh, silence is silver. Our Leopold likes his aphorisms, like any good nihilist. I'm not a nihilist. You're not nearly as funny as you think you are, Aristide. Who is, my friend? Who is? But listen, Midnight. I prefer this one. A glass in the nose and the tongue loosens. You won't need to fetch a drink for your friends. You speak more freely, we'll top you with wine. Rack my brain for a clever aphorism. It's high opinion of me. God damn it. Come on. Oh man, we don't have any Ford. Weariness. Not driveling. This horrible tearing thirst demands you. No, we can make that. What? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I wanted another. I'm gonna save scum. Screw it. We're making these people like us through the power of reloading saves. You can't stop me. Talk about her. I mean, I know you're not meant to save scum, so we have to go through this entire thing. Okay, come on. Be clever. We have a 50-50. Really? Nope. We are doing this. Okay. We're redrawing until we get the result I want. Talkie, 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 talkie. Be clever. Yes! Haha! Gesture carelessly. Bronze is the mirror of the face. Wine, the mirror of the mind. I always like that one. He approves and is now appreciative. So they're buying drinks. Trade minor arts and considered items. If I craft a bewitch item before I get back to the bar, I could definitely make their drinks loosen their tongues. Craft a wither item before they go back to the bar. This is my chance to place a curse on Philomel that Madame Celia requested. Ooh. What if I do both? Okay, but I'm gonna bewitch these people. Plan in the journal has hints to how to do this. She know what you guys drink? She knows everything. Okay. Take a little savey save. I'll probably need to get there to make something beguiling, though. Let's see. I mean, technically I already have something, don't I? That's the thing I have. I need bush, which is either a... Can I talk to her alone? But for now... Let's check out that thing. Let's get ourselves some influences. Bright water in the Riviera sun. There is splash for your foot. Silver surface, winking sun. Patience. This is the road out to Antibes town, to the green and villa-studded heights of Cap d'Antibes. That's bloody steep. That's not business there later. Okay. They're like, nope, you're not going here. Got it. Bit grim out here. Now chilly. But not too bad. Not too bad at all. Let's go to this place. This greenery. Sunlight. Imported. Turn my face up to the sun. Close my eyes. Lost weariness. Moments of peace beneath the swaying leaves. Then back to the world. Lost dread. Lost pain. Lost weariness. Down to red. No longer despondent, just uneasy. Okay, that is amazing. Maybe it's a little too early to do that, but like being able to no longer have any of the penalties is great. Okay, recipe won't consume the catalyst. Influence. Craft. Create something beguiling completed. Gather experience on the journal page. Finishing plan gives a choice of experience. Collected by finding the collecting plan. Created something. Click to collect it. Any colorless ingredients are also ready to be collected. Any fuel ingredients have been consumed. Every responsible practitioner knows not to invite unwanted influences. Before you start on your next recipe, click the results of the last recipe to collect them. If you just close the crafting menu without collecting what you've made, it'll go to your inventory anyway, but we find it satisfying to appreciate the result of your work. Yeah. Oh. Coca-Cola and the Quintets do Hot Club, like the world's heart pumping. Chess Bricktop. Coca-Cola and the Quintet do Hot Club, like the world's heart pumping. Bricktop in Herboa. I should have been in London studying, but my medical training was a busted flush by then. I'd long lost patience with the Bureau's limits on the arts of preservation. The Bureau had lost its patience with me, and it was the Bureau that was paying my fees and my rent. So I was in Paris for the new year with Christopher and Teresa. Christopher never liked jazz, and Teresa still wasn't used to wearing flesh again. She wore dark glasses even at night, and none of us really danced, but we danced that night. 1930. Memory of Saint Steve's Eve, Paris, 1907. I had gone from the stinking darkness of the orphanage into the clean, narrow chill of the minor seminary. That's very early on. A serious place, but I was 12 years old that winter, and it is difficult to contain 12 years old, even those who lack my particular talent. There was a snowball fight on the cobblers. We conducted an operation for larceny of deliberate chestnuts from their cellars. We burned our fingers, all of us, and afterwards we had the ferrule across the hand. But that part is only punctual now. The sunset in the snow. Not used to wearing flesh. I mean, that's relatable, but that's a specific thing to say. Oh yeah, there's not quite humans in this world. I mean, we were hollowed out by the worms. I wonder what she wants. She could be anything. This world isn't quite like our own. The worms. Don't think about the worms. Don't think about the worms. Don't think about the worms. I'm trying not to think about the worms. Don't think about the worms. Let's actually grab some of these. What do we have? Okay, we're pretty close to a lot of heart. or decently close to a lot of grill. I want to unlock illumination, for which I need either edge, forge, or lantern. So I think we should focus on edge. So let's try... Alexandria is where I came back to the world, thanks to Stanislav and Serena, and her clever protege. Where I called the midnight train along the coast, where my heart's demands became too urgent to... When my heart's demands became too urgent to ignore. I miss Alex. Salt air and spices, cane chairs and cotton, tram rattle, jazz, Arabic and Italian and Greek. Perhaps I'll go back someday. It hurts so much. Reincorporation is essentially impossible, Stanislav warned me. It was so unpleasant that I found myself wishing it was entirely impossible. I wish I'd say goodbye. Perhaps I'll see them again, though the night tells me I never will. Serena Blackwood. Serena Blackwood, who was the librarian of Hush House in the days when I served as a priest in Bankruck, but librarian these many years at the Invisible Seraphim, she helped me return to the world. The worms, the worms, the worms. Would you love me if I was hollowed out by the worms is a real thing here. Yep. Blackwood is the name of a renowned English writer of ghost stories, the title of a scurrilously entertaining Scottish literary magazine, and as Serena Blackwood, a widely used occult alias. Serena Blackwood, of course, is also the name of a former librarian who's been good to me. Unrelated. Coincidence cluster whatever invisible arts are practiced. It's unlikely that any of these facts are related. Diplomatic. Serena Blackwood surely can't be her original name, but I never asked. I didn't want to reopen any old wounds. Footloose. The Serenity of the Blackwood is an old allegory about the vagabond leading travelers partway through a wood before she abandons them. That feels relevant. Say unrelated, because we need edge. Invisible Seraphim, one of the 7 great libraries of the Watchman's Tree. Where? The Seraphim is in Alexandria, but it's even harder to find than it sounds. But I managed it. Cool. Serena Blackwood serves as a librarian. Why? Specialized in forged lore and horror machistry. Let's unlock some others. Go healer. For 5 years I healed the legionnaires in the marches, and so became libere, honorably discharged. It was a hard life, but it gave me purpose. For 5 years I fought beside the legionnaires in the marches, patching wounds and treating fevers. Afterwards I became libere, honorably discharged. Those who survived, likewise. Otherwise died. I couldn't save them. Free man. I completed my 5-year terms with the Legion in the marches, and became libere, free of all obligations. Thank God, the Legion was bloody awful. Libere healer. The Suppression Bureau, an organization founded in service to the duties, the Bureau recruited me when I lived in London, and again after I left the Legion. Both times, it ended badly for both sides. My fault. My superiors liked my work, but they never liked the time I spent at the Igdius. I don't know why I said Euclideus Club. Igdius Club. Their fault. I could never quite forget what happened in Gladwin Lake. How it happens. The Bureau changed, and the Bureau changed me. Their fault. Gladwin Lake. This you'll know if you've played Cultist Simulator. Left the Legion. When my 5 years were done, I didn't think anything could be worse than the Rung Ma or Khorasan, so when the Bureau invited me back, I accepted. It was at Gladwin Lake, when I saw the foxfire in the crawling waters, when I saw the celebrants grow fruitful. I knew I'd been wrong, but we kept the lid on the worst of it, and they offered me another promotion. I knew the Bureau had changed, but I thought it could help change it back, and I very quickly grew used to the pay. The experience altered my priorities. Struggle. The experience strengthened my resolution. Tea time. Yeah, we're not finishing this demo before then. Church. Yada yada. Comfortable. Merslin. The Watchman Light and Sight. Methaniskit. The Unforgotten Mirror. Sering. Madrugrat. Fire and Ashes. Inescapable. The Sun in Rags. King of Sorrowful Heaven. We'll go Sering. Madrugat, who cannot be unbalanced, who quells and quiets, who comes before the sun. The uncounted hour who once appeared in the church iconography as the Radiant Lady, the Mater Solvens, invoked when a corpse is committed to the fire or earth. Cold of the grave, the cold that becomes before the dawn. The heat of the forge, the heat that warms silver to gold. Fascinating little game. And then we go on. Rated something beguiling. Witch Knot can bewitch or entwine, unlocking conversation traits that require those aspects. They also give a bonus to skills when placed in active slots. Be careful, whatever you do with it, it's a one-use item. Witch. Pinch of transformation, intoxication, or subversion. Effective as a gift or when used to treat food and drink. Conjoin, bring together, wed. The sister and witch, the witch and sister. I guess item with the wither aspect. Wound. Need two things. An influence the mod aspect and token necessity. Min's theories Dolly would work. See, I called... What do I call? I called Nikotomi. I called... Okay. I need this one and I need to be at a threshold or wound. Luckily, there is a bunch of wounds in the world right over here. So much for public safety. Let's not lean over the edge. We want to create a midnight mark. We'll need that and a mod influence. Created something sinister. Let's get some more grill. Spiffry Hushery. Obscure. Well. Shadow. It's fine. Witch. I wonder if I could... I don't have another. Final assertion of the mystery Dolia. If I won't or can't, I can defiantly acknowledge necessity with a token of base metal backed by the olden powers Night and Bone. But it will rely on and add to the familiar half-cosmic dread. Oh, I can use dread. And an influence. But I need Scoloscopy 5. Okay, rely on an add to, so I'll increase my dread if I were to use this, but I don't have the capability. I can awaken a wakeful eye. The worms, sorry. I mean, the worms are there. Flashbacks. Don't think about the worms, man. It's dangerous to think about the worms. Okay, my... Oh, I have a choice. Sylvian Husset is a name I was christened under back in Paris, Orpanish. It's the name of my old Third Republic passport. Everyone calls me Spencer, but I wonder sometimes if it'll ever feel quite right. The old name. It's changed so much since those days. Another name. Interesting people. Always have more than one name. A real name. Invalid, so I need to show the British passport if that guy checks me. I probably don't want to. It's probably not a good idea. I wonder if I could now... Oh, I could obscure. I don't know. Little magic of transgression. I wonder how I could activate that. What do I need for little magic of transgression? Hmm. I can get memories, but what is... Okay, obscure. No, it's the Nyctodromy. Nyctodromy. That suggests that this one should work, but it doesn't let me use the midnight mark. Well, I guess we're gonna poison these people or losing their tongues. Consider ordering. Round of drinks for my new friends. Don't forget to overcharge him. Red for Philomel, Leopold and Edith like their pastis, and a little of the good cognac for Jean Bernard. 100 francisque for this one. I bet best you've paid in advance. That's a little more than I was expecting. It's a small surcharge for painters and poets, even Jean Bernard. Okay, I guess we're paying. And something for Monsieur. Hey! Is there anything I might want to do with the drinks before I take them over? Bewitching tool. Touch your drinks with a giddy influence and to ensure they speak freely. Come on. The work of moments to brush a little bewitchment around the rims of the glasses. I guess we're also gonna be mean. I guess we're gonna blight someone. Let's see what happens. It's midnight work. Work of moment attained Philomel's glass. Don't blight them. I'm sorry. We're gonna blight her. We have an agreement. Let's take the drinks over. What's this? Your prince. How spontaneous of you. Lift a glass of water Lino added to the tray for me. I guess because I didn't order anything. If I'd ordered something before, maybe she would have. Eyes in the eyes. We'll look them in the eyes. Again the trays. Others tried Mary, Leopold Worry, Jean Bernard Whistle, Philomel Rye. They do approve. And she's very receptive. Try and adapt myself to the conversation. Aha! Nice. Begin to relax around me, although Leopold remains watchful. Game of cards? What's the game? Chemin de Fer, really? You know it? Is it like Baccarat? Sweet. Look at me having all these successes. But the bank moves around the table, yes. Fill me in. Well then, this isn't Monaco. Sabotage our very own Philomele's very own slipper. Aristride wears a black velvet court shoe. Philomele languidly wiggles the bare toes of her left foot. Relax, you don't need to understand Chemin de Fer or Barakat. All you need to know is that the players take turns as the banker, and the banker sets the limit on the bets. So pick a big limit, impress the enthusiast, perhaps lose all your money, if you don't have the skills, or pick a small limit and ride quietly along. These rapscallions are drawing cards out of a woman's shoe and are playing for small stakes. You're not going to lose your shirt, or whatever other outfit you're wearing. It's your turn as the bank. Bet confidently. I'm at 10. Let's not. Let the cards fall where they may. 1 in 5 chance of winning. And throw the dice will never abolish chance. Oh, lose intentionally. Watch your faces? Hey! I don't know how that one. Oh, they don't like losing. Damn, okay. Sure, why not? We'll lose the next one. We'll bet cautiously and we'll lose. Charming money, yes, there. Oh, he liked that. Nah, not for me. What are you talking about? The world. Not the world's entire, but what's occurred. Perhaps you have noticed, Mitzi, that the world is different since the war. Yes, the sun is not what it was. Philomele raised her glass fractionally. Jean Bernard nods. Precisely. To name only a single consequence. But the consequence of what? That is what we discuss. To me, it's clear. The weapons unleashed by the enemy, and against the enemy, by the allies, were too terrible. They cracked Europe like the shell of an egg. He stamps a foot for emphasis. Now the crack spreads. The egg leaks until the shell is empty. But to my friends, somehow it is not so clear. What do you think? Philomele. The church teaches that the sun has many natures, and the esoteric teach that the world has other natures, necessary to sustain its existence. The war in the sun is not only a figure of speech. These natures warred, many died, and now Europe dies with them. Philomele, you should know it's a journalist. She writes articles in magazines for readers less intelligent than she. Horoscopes, triumph of that nature. Over the years, it has infected her with mysticism. Philomele sips her wine, smiling very slightly. Leopold? Impossible ever to say. Our understanding lies buried beneath ignorance, beneath the gravestone knowledge raised by science and art. In other words, we have passed the point of no return. We cannot know what has happened to our world. To discuss the matter will only expand our ignorance until we grope like apes in the dark. Nihilist. Do apes, that is, I think apes have better night vision than we do. You see, my point exactly. We get more ignorant each time we open our mouths. Jean Bernard, the stars. The things in Russia, I mean, the ones behind the ministries. Everything changed when they came. I was an Icarian. I still am, I suppose. I think it might be better, but I think before then it will get... I think it might get better, but I think before then it will get much worse. So if we hadn't had the war, it would be just as bad. The plagues, the bloody sun. It might have taken longer. We are never blind to stones, but we cannot see the earth. That's one of his, no one knows what it means. That's one of his, no one knows what it... I liked it, though. Oh, Richard, he approves. I'm so very appreciative. She also approves. I think... Aristride is right. If we wanted a working continent, we shouldn't have been firing fungus at each other. Hear the lads? Democracy. Democracy in action. This is the state our restraint. Exactly. We had an election, not only an election, the select and refined election, free of ignorance, and patriots. A Republican distillate, my friend, like wine to cognac, or the cognac is perhaps a little too rough to the throat. Perhaps the hangover is. Philomel coughs gently. She takes care not to look in my direction. Sipped casually for my drink, as if I hadn't heard anything. Turned an imaginary key in the lock of my mouth. Dropped the imaginary key into Aristite's pasties. Let's be whimsical. That's totally whimsy. Yeah. Improves. Oh, oops. Well, I guess we're asking about Nina. Tell anyone I told you, but you need to talk to Andre the bookseller. Remember me to her? Great Lamado. She says it softly. Thank you. Should be going then. Now that you have what you need from us. Outside walks his sorrow whole finger. That's our fate, my friends. We are well in the desert, and when the traveler has drunk his fill, he will pass on to his true destination. Adieu, Mitzi. Should say rather friendly campfire. Iris tried. Not out his pipe. I'll see you again. Get your 3 drinks, and my business cannot wait. Let's not pretend we're family. No, a rather friendly campfire, like truth. Like, this was nice. Except the fact that I totally poisoned you guys. Which is why I'm gonna quick save, and then I'm gonna, like, wait to see how it's affected them. Mitzi! Oh, we can totally pull off this eloquent joke and then see how they got poisoned. Amazing. Did you hear this one yet? A Grecian walks into a bar in Berlin. And then he says, but why lamb? Table pounding chortle from Aristide, a wicked giggle from Philomel, an expected falsetto titter from Jean Bernard. Even Leopold allows himself a thin smile. They like me. Now let's see how they got poisoned. Aristide examining the bowl of his pipe for informers. Leopold fascinated by the mold switch fluttering to the sip from his glass. Jean Bernard doggedly carving a cord chain into the flank of a candle. Philomel is laughing to Jean Bernard's shoulder, her hair coming loose, but then she begins to cough. It takes a long time for the coughing to subside. She grown pale. There might be spotted blood on her collar. The cloth is too dark for me to be certain. They're all very friendly. I did blight her. You totally blighted her. I totally blighted her. Remain smiling, distant presence. Yeah, let's not perform fake. Oh, woe is you. I'm so concerned. That seems like a bad thing. The wild mood passes. The mods depart. They'll always remember something enchanted about the evening. When they look back, they'll think of this moment as the hinge. The last bright beat before silence. Ooh. Okay, hold on. We're gonna go until next time, and then we're gonna ask about Zelia. So I'm really curious what she has to say. Zelia Badan sits in the park on the bright side, complains about modern morals, throws rocks at pigeons. Didn't see her throwing any rocks. Perhaps she ran out of rocks. Or pigeons. Poor old creature. The Badats used to be very grand, you know. But there were the confiscations, you know, and then they shot her husband. She never really recovered. I think her mind is going. Spiders in the attic, you know. Oh boy, we totally blighted her for no reason. Why do you ask? She wants to commission me to put a curse on you. Okay, we can reload. Show me for no reason. She wanted you to do what? Oh, a vendetta on La Marquise. There will be blood. Shut up, Arstride. Well, I knew I wasn't her favorite person, but heavens. So, are you going to do it? Put a curse on me? Wink. You believe in curses? Of course not. Well, she did say you were a traitor and a defiler of husbands, so... I guess we're going down this. A defiler? Well, tell her she's a collaboration as old Viper, and if she ever paid her husband any attention... She disapproves. No, don't say anything. I'm sorry. Little sigh, straightens her shoulders, clearly wants to change the subject. Okay, kind of want to know what her different, like, responses would be. So I'm gonna do... We do need to round things off, but I'm gonna, like, finish this quest line. I'm gonna see her responses. I'm gonna tell her, like, yeah, I totally cursed her. Answer. Poor old creature. But that's just very grand, you know? Yada. Stolen secrets? She wanted to commission me to put a curse on you. She what? Heavens. So you're going to do it? Do you believe in curses? Act with passion, curiosity. She believes in everything. Her mind is open that you must watch carefully, lest you trip and fall in. Leopold is a loudmouth, but he knows me well. So, are you going to do it? Put a curse on me? Wink, that is just cruel. Of course not. I lie. And acted with passion on her. No, we're lying. You're gentleman. Aw. Sigh, straighten her shoulders. I totally cursed her. I totally cursed this poor lady. Well, let's tell the other lady that we did her curse. So yeah. I blinded Philomel, completing Celia's revenge. I should return to the park and collect my payment. So yeah, I guess you can technically make them like you without needing the influence. But that way you can more easily get information out of them, I assume. What? Have you dealt with that so, Coraline? The heat strikes me. Yada yada. Oh dear. I have done as she asked. You wanted me to punish Philomel, but you said Coraline just now. I know what I said. Don't confuse me. She's just as bad anyway. Very worried. Oh, I'm sorry. So, have you dealt? I've done as you asked. Yes, yes. She closed her eyes for a moment, in pain or exultation. She proves, and I was very receptive. Here, your payment. Oh! Okay, that's quite a good payment. One more thing. We were to discuss Nina Lagasse when our business was done. Oh yes, she is so full of herself, that Lagasse, and an actress. It's difficult to overstate the contempt which Celia pronounced the word actress. And an actress. She pays well. Blighting people's profitable. She was seen enter the sanitarium of Georgie. An American woman built it before the wars. New money. Worthless. Such things went on behind the gates. And now it's worse. Burn it to the ground for all I care. Okay. Where can I find it? Go back, climb the steps. Okay, goodbye. Wait, I have one more task for you. My husband is gone. Find him for me. Please. Agreed in terms with Gremlin and Claire over. What is his name? Where did he go? That Pitask droid stole him, took him to another city. But you punished her. She'll grow ugly. Remember me now. He was weak, he was stupid, but I'll forgive him when he comes back to me. Lady Kirsten Philomel. Which other city? Her mind is clearly going. Northeast, how would I know? I'm no detective. If I knew, I would not ask your help. Please. What does he look like? I have no pictures, and it was years ago. Now, years, he'll be different. Only mention my name, Celia. He'll remember me. But how will I know him? You are sitting there. You should know how these things are done. Tell my name. What is his name? It doesn't matter. His names muddle me. Will you find him? How much will you pay me? But your husband is dead. Ethics, what are those? Headaches, what are those? How much will you pay me? How much would you ask? Let me think. Well. You know what? I'll do it for free. No charge and no promises, but I will do what I can. Compassion. Yeah, I'll try. I told her I would find her husband free of charge. Agreed. Hurry. I miss him, Signair. I loved him so. Even now, I will forgive him. Please hurry. Promise, I will find him. Careful, I will look for him. I will look for him. I'm not promising I'll find him. He is dead. And though in this world, that definitely isn't quite the same from what I know. It's a little wishy-washy. I don't think I can really truly help her though. But let's get... Dylan was satisfied with revenge on Philomel, though she seemed a little confused about exactly whom she had been revenged upon. In any case, she paid me. Are they just like... Well, Philomel said that he got shot in the chest, and then she started to lose her mind. I should talk to the bookseller, but we are out of time. And if you guys want to know more about how this game goes, I highly suggest you download the demo for yourself. It's free on Steam. Traveling by Night. I adore this game. I am so excited for the full release. I'm not sure if it makes for a good stream game because there's a lot of reading, like quite a significant amount of reading, to the point that my throat is getting sore. And it'll mean that I'll go through the game much, much slower than how fast I'd usually go, but because I'm quite a fast reader. Like, I don't have like a head voice, I just read and absorb the information. So I can get through texts quite quickly. Yeah. I didn't have a lot. I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed me showing off this game, because I want more people to check it out, because I think it's really neat. I think, honestly, I really adore the people who make these games. I adore this world. It's so interesting. It's fascinating. And good. Wait, and yes, it's past 3. It's high time to end. And even if it wasn't, my throat needs rest. Look at your new follower. What about my new follower? Ooh, okay. I know exactly whom to rate. See Oh, hold on. It's even birthday, anniversary, got a little thingy next to the name. Looks like a lovely game. Please do check it out. The lore of the world is just so fascinating. Another game that I kind of want to return to. I have so many games. I'm spoiled for choice. I kind of really want to return to Project Zomboid with you guys, because I really enjoyed it. I think it's also like has such depth. You can do so many things in it. It's gotten an update. Man, I have so many games. I have so many games and too little time. Pool Simulator. Yeah, Sunday we'll do the Pool Simulator. You promise. I did promise. I'm gonna do that. I don't think I'll do it all stream, but I was going to do it. But yeah, it has Twitch integration, lots of fun. Is it difficult to set up the Twitch integration? Can someone send me a DM on that? Like, hey, this is how you got to do it, so I can get the Twitch integration working. Take care, y'all. Stay kind. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's easy. Okay, good. Because I need things to be easy for a while. I am quite tired. Thanks for stream. Thanks for hanging out. I'm so happy that you guys like traveling, and I need more people to see this game, because I've been waiting for this game for years. I've had it on my wish list for years. For now, though, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I'll see you guys next time. And be nice to Nez. He's a good goober. Good bean.